Hey everyone, it's Vickerman and we're here with Shallow Space Insurgency. This is a cool game that is currently on Indiegogo. Got a small development team, and it's basically a RTS in 3D space. So, you know, we've seen similar things to this, but in recent years, nothing quite the same way. And I think that when we see how the controls work, I think that's where you're really going to see where this is going to be set apart from some other things that are out right now. So yeah, like I said, this is currently on Indiegogo, hoping to raise $85,000. And there's 27 days left. I'll put the link in the description below, so you can check that out if you would like to contribute and get the game through that means. But this is a demo that you can actually play from that page if you want to. But I'll show you a little bit about this. So yeah, we start the mission. This is the only mission in the demo, by the way. We start the mission and it tells us you're responding to a distress call. Nova Station has suffered a series of devastating attacks over the last week. All of its escorts have been destroyed. The remaining enemy forces are executing hit and run style tactics to, test its remaining defenses? Okay. So the enemy's vector of approach will be displayed during the cooldown periods. A red chevron will mark the direction from which the enemy is coming. The enemy can approach from any one direction at a time. Okay. So your mission is to hold the station until friendly reinforcements arrive. Hint, conserve your missiles and torpedo ammunition. Okay. So basically this is a wave style mission where you have to counter waves of enemies. And first of all, I gotta say this game is very cool looking. Did quite a lot of good work here on the yeah, there we go. Quite a lot of good work here on the models, I think. And looks like there may be some sort of ship creation mechanism in the final game that is not going to be shown in this demo. But yeah, so let's talk a little bit about what I think makes this game pretty darn cool and unique. So you see over here on the left, we have kind of our command panel. We don't have any facilities or detached. I'm not sure what that means. But anyway, we've got flotillas, though. We have Flotilla A, Flotilla B. So they're essentially like formations of the fleet, certain ships that are all together. Okay, so we have A and B. Two different flotillas that can be given different commands. And then underneath we have the wings, which are part of the flotilla. I'm not sure why it keeps popping me over there. So we got the wings, which are here, and you can actually give orders to the individual wings as well. And what's cool is here you have a contextual type of menu, and clicking it does different things depending on what situation the ships are in. For example, right now it has a little clock, shows that they're just waiting. Now this is the aggressive waiting, basically, which I guess you could call, you know, guarding. So I think when the enemy, if the enemy shows up within range of them, they'll start shooting. But they won't move necessarily. Now, if you do give a move order, you can do the same kind of thing. You can toggle them between aggressive or not. Okay. So let's try out a move command. So I'm going to pick Flotilla A. Now the enemy is coming from over here. Let's turn this on. Okay, so this is the grid, and it's very helpful for showing how high your enemies or your all the ships are, because you know it's a 3D space and you're looking at a monitor with only 2 dimensions. At least I think you are. Maybe you have something a little more advanced. But anyway, it's a very clever movement system. You know, you find a place you want to move and you right click, but that doesn't confirm the movement. It puts you into this mode. Now what you can do now is scroll with the mouse wheel, and you can go up or down on the, I guess the Z axis. Well, maybe that's the Y. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows indeed. It doesn't really matter. Suffice it to say, it allows you to do three-dimensional movement. So this is very cool. I've seen games that have a similar system with the grid and the amount up or down, but none has had quite as elegant of a moving solution, I think. So then I'm going to give that order to Flotilla A. And I think, did we end up not actually going up at all? Okay, look, they're going to be flying on an incline, you can see. So that's going to be Flotilla A. Flotilla B, we're going to have them go a little bit like that. And so we'll let it go. Let the ships go, and they're going to stay in their formations unless I tell a particular wing something else to do. So if I click, okay, so Flotilla B is right here. If I click on this wing, give them a movement order, and they just break off. Now if I go back to B, and now I give another order, they'll go ahead and cancel that, and everybody's going to come back into formation. So pretty cool. Gives you some options. Especially because maybe one of your wings is all missiles, which I think that this one is. And you'll see the missiles once the enemies show up. So we'll take these guys, who are mostly our missile folks, and they're gonna maybe come up a little bit. Cool. So, gonna put Flotilla A into attack mode. Flotilla B as well. Now these guys, they've got missiles, and you can see, let's check out this range indicator here. So basically, this solid line is going to be most of your direct cannon type of weapons and such. Then this is going to be the beginning of your missile range, and that's the absolute maximum missile range. And yeah, I wonder if it actually does do it in 3 dimensions. Maybe that's something that they haven't been able to visualize quite yet, but I'm not sure. So yeah, that shows us the missile range, and when the enemies are within that range, then they will be you'll be able to fire missiles, and they will not fire them by default. Unless you put it on auto fire, which I think is this one here, because they are a limited resource. Now look, the enemy is launching missiles here. That's what these are. Now, something that you can use to help deflect the missiles is these frigates here. These wings here are actually frigates, and right now they're docked. So we want to take them off because they're really good at shooting down torpedoes. So when you first launch them, they have a little shield. They're going to be in guard mode, which I think means that they'll hang around your ships and try to block any of the torpedoes, or if the enemy sends their own frigates after you, which you can do too. So now they're within missile range, and so basically you can set how many missiles you want to be firing. I don't know, let's fire 10. And if you hit this, then I think they will fire them. There they go. Not sure how they determine the target necessarily, because I didn't really set a target. It looks like they're shooting down a lot of our missiles, which is too bad. Let's shoot them again. So yeah, both the flotillas are in aggressive, so they're just going to shoot them down. I like the system because it's not entirely necessary to control individual ships. But you can still have quite a bit of control over the flotillas. So maybe I'll set this guy on auto launch. Okay, so clicking on the lead ship is another way to quickly give orders to the whole fleet. We're going to have these guys move over this way because I suspect that the enemy is going to be interested in send one of the frigates also on attack. So they are trying to attack the station, so kind of be aware of that as well. So yeah, those are kind of the main mechanics so far with just this demo mission that kind of gives you just the bare bones of fleet management with fleets that are already constructed. So that's kind of the main points, but yeah, it's nice to watch the thing. It's a very cool looking game. And for some reason it took the grid off. Well, it seems that we have eliminated that wave. So I'm going to take Flotilla A, move it a bit closer, because they have frigates who can protect against, you know, the torpedoes. So they can form like a shield, sort of. And then these guys can be just behind. And they do have more missile launching guys than what we have been using to launch missiles, so we'll have plenty. Yeah, they're talking about, you know, conserve your ammo, but since we're just demonstrating things, that's fine. Flotilla B, go on auto fire, please. Well, fire. Or are they out of range? Here we go. Get so our little frigates, I think that's the frigates there. Maybe, I guess not. So yeah, plenty of epic space battles. And this, you know, this system is sort of reminiscent to me of a game called Space Empires, which I think was criminally under-recognized, because it was one of the most free-form and advanced space games that I've played. I mean, it's a 4X, but the battles were similar to this. This is way better and looks a whole lot better. It gives you a lot more control than that did, but the visual style with the grid especially is very reminiscent. Let's give them an order to go this way.
Wingman
Uh-oh, we lost a ship. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this game develops, what kind of ship creating things that they have in store, and you know how you can define these fleets, and sort of the be nice to see the numbers behind some of these ships and what they do. I mean, kind of their roles is somewhat obvious, but it would be good to see the numbers behind that. But that will come with time, I think. So yeah, check out the Indiegogo page and see if, and well, you can play the demo and see if you like it and like the feel of it, and perhaps you would be interested in contributing. And you can go right ahead and see what rewards that they have that fit you. But otherwise, we'll be keeping up with this and see how the Indiegogo campaign goes and all that. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this quick look at the Shallow Space Insurgency, and we'll see you in the next episode, or not the next episode, but the next video.